Students at one liberal arts college are offended by what they call the culturally inappropriate dishes served at the school cafeteria. Students at Oberlin College in Ohio are so upset over the sushi and General Tso's chicken, they're demanding meetings with school officials to discuss the matter. And students are complaining that the dishes are less than fully authentic. Quote, "It was ridiculous. How could they just throw out something completely different and label it as another country's traditional food?" And, quote, "When you're cooking a country's dish for other people, including ones who have never tried the original dish before, you're also representing the meaning of the dish as well as its culture. So, if people not from that heritage take food, modify it, and serve it as authentic, it is inappropriative." Okay, so Kat, going to you first.
Yes.
Don't you think these kids should be in class?
Yeah.
Instead of meeting with officials about lunch?
I don't like these kids at all. If you feel personally victimized by sushi, I'm happy that you've never had a real problem, but shut up because some other people have. Plus, not only are they ridiculous, they're also stupid. Because General Tso's chicken is originated in the United States, so they didn't even bother to check that out first. It's American food, so that should be like the one thing the cafeteria is allowed to serve. You know, we can't say anything. Now we can't eat anything.
We're all going to die.
You know what? If you can afford this school that costs $50,000 a year, things probably aren't that bad for you, and maybe you should try to adopt an air of gratitude rather than just constantly whining about nothing.
But Andrea, doesn't this go to the point of these kids, and I guess they're immature young adults, this is a product of the first world problem, right? They actually have nothing else to complain about. So instead of saying we're starving and don't have food and eating top ramen like I think our parents did, they're now complaining that this food is culturally insensitive because they have nothing else to complain
I've guzzled some top ramen myself in between campaigns when I didn't have a job. It's delightful. It is a staple.
It's also racist.
Yes, it is.
Yes, very.
They're babies, and it's unfortunate because they are the future. And as you point out, Kat, I mean, who really, if sushi is your biggest problem, I mean, Jeremy Piven had a giant problem with sushi, but I don't see this as being a real struggle.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the stick-up that is colleges and universities. $60,000 a year, university presidents making hundreds of thousands of dollars in tuition. It is a stick-up, and no one's learning.
Yeah, Tony, isn't it, though, in the sense, we call them baby special snowflakes, but when they're demanding to see, have meetings with the administration, demanding that people be fired for doing certain things, isn't that bullying instead?
Listen, I grew up in a Lebanese household. My mother made phenomenal hummus and baba ganoush. I went to GW, first day of freshman year, saw there was some in the refrigerator. I grabbed it, I ate it, and it stunk. And guess what? I didn't eat it anymore. I didn't necessarily go complain or write a letter.
Did you cry?
What I did, well, I went home often, though. So here's what I love about the story most. Is it was all in an effort by the university to engage in nutritional diversity. This was a PC program that now the liberal, politically correct student body seems to be rejecting. So I love liberal PC on liberal PC violence, and that's exactly what's happening.
So Harris, what is your favorite?
No good deed goes unpunished, by what you're saying. And what's really sad about it is, I mean, it doesn't give you that opportunity to walk away from just tolerating to celebrating. Because now we're stuck in that nebulous zone of having to talk about whether or not it was good enough to even make that journey to celebrating another culture's food.
Taco Tuesday is tomorrow, everyone. So just put it on your calendar.
Yummy.
Oh, boy.
All right.